Hello students, today we are here to discuss our second chapter of class 8, that is microorganisms. So firstly, as we all know that what are organisms? So organisms are a living things, okay, living things. For example, we are also human beings are also organisms, means all the living things that is small or a big, okay, so these all are made up of organisms, okay. So there are a variety of organisms on our planet, okay. As we all seen that there are many living creatures on our planet, okay, that creatures are very small in size, okay, or some creatures are very big in size, okay. So a biggest organism that present on our earth, that is a blue whale, that is extremely large, okay. But whereas on a opposite side of that, amoeba is an organism which is very small in size, okay, means we cannot see it directly with our eyes. We use some materials to see these organisms, okay. So here in the below picture you have seen that a boy holding a instrument, okay. So what this instrument called? So first one is name the instrument the child is using to see, okay. So that instrument is known as a microscope. Second, name the organism that the child could be viewing. So here we can see that from the options amoeba and insect. So amoeba is a unicellular organism or a very tiny organism which we can see with the help of only microscope, okay. So the answer is amoeba. Third one is name one such organism that we might see if we view the root nodules of a pea plant. As we already discussed about this in our previous chapter, that where a root nodules are present, okay, and with the help of root nodules there is a process of nitrogen fixation, and that process is done by a bacteria, that is rhizobium, okay. So in the root nodules there is a presence of bacteria, not a virus, okay. So many of these extremely tiny organisms can be seen and photographed with the help of an instrument, that is microscope, okay. So in this chapter mainly we talk about the different microorganisms, their uses, okay, and their harmful effects in our life. So let's start. So our first topic is about microorganism. So as we know that this is a instrument that make use of lenses to make smaller objects appear larger. Means this is a instrument that is made up of powerful lenses, okay, through which we can saw a very small particles into a larger images, okay. So usually we uses a compound microorganisms to see such organisms, okay. So there are many different parts that is visible on the compound microscope, okay. So firstly we talk about the object to be viewed under a microscope is referred to as the specimen. Means any object that we are going to observe under a microscope that is placed on a slide, that is a specimen, okay. After that, a thin sheet of glass means slides, okay. A thin sheet of glass called a microscopic slides is used to hold a small sample of specimen. Means where we kept that specimen, we can kept that specimen on a thin sheet of glass, that is a slide, okay. After that, the cover slip protect the microscope objective lens and by preventing it from coming into contact with the specimen sample. Means that slip stop the contact of objective lens, okay, and objective lens from a specimen sample, okay. So this is the so these are the some parts of a microscope, okay. So now what are the basic steps to use that compound microscope? So first one is take care of the microscopes. Okay, how we can take care that microscope? Clean the mirrors using a soft clean cloth if required. Okay, because as we all know that microorganisms are present everywhere. Okay, they are present in our hands also, okay, they are present in dust particles also, okay, so they affect our observation. That's why we have to clean these mirrors. After that, second is place the slide on the stage. Means we have to place a slide on which a specimen is present to whom we are going to observe, okay. Now third, adjust the focus of the eyepiece and the objective lens with the help of your teacher. After that, we have to focus the object, okay, means focus through a eyepiece. Now after that, we are starting viewing the slide with the help of a eyepiece, okay. So this is all about the microscope, okay. After that, the types of microorganisms. So as we all know that the organisms that are visible only through a microorganisms are known as a microorganisms and microbes, okay. Mostly, as we all know that microorganisms are present in an abundant amount. Abundant means very, very large amount on our planet, okay. They are found almost everywhere. Everywhere means in our hands, in our body also. They also present in a ice regions, they also present in a hot regions, okay, deserts, or even inside the bodies of other microorganisms or organisms, okay. Some organisms are alive and also grow, okay, in groups. So that organisms, for example, we are live with our family members, okay, so this is our group, okay. Similarly, some microorganisms are live with their families, okay, so that family groups are known as a colonies, okay. So microorganisms may be unicellular and multicellular, okay. That's why microorganisms are divided into 5 major groups. So that 5 major groups are bacteria, protozoa, fungi, algae and viruses, okay. Now after that, we are going to start reading first microorganism, first group of microorganism, that is bacteria, okay. So bacteria is the very smallest and oldest organism on our planet. These are unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms means they are made up of only one cell, okay. So these cells are of different shapes. Means bacteria are of different shapes, means rod shapes, spherical shapes, comma shaped, spiral shapes, okay. So there are some examples of bacteria are lactobacillus, okay, and streptococcus. So these are the some examples of bacteria. So as you read the fact that a gram of soil contain, मीन्स 1 ग्राम सॉइल में कितने माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं, नियर अबाउट 40 मिलियन बैक्टीरियाज, ओके. हाउ मेनी बैक्टीरियाज आर देयर इन अ 1 ग्राम ऑफ सॉइल? 40 मिलियन बैक्टीरियाज, ओके. So here you can see the shapes of bacteria, okay. First one is bacilli, means rod shape bacterias. Next is spherical shape bacterias, okay. Next one is vibrio, spiral bacterias. So these are the some examples of different shapes of bacteria. So after that, protozoa. Protozoa is a second group of microorganism, okay. So what are protozoa? Protozoa is an animal but unicellular organism, okay. For example, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, okay. So these are the examples of protozoa. Next one is fungi. So fungi is also a single celled or multi-celled organism, okay. As we talk about the bacteria and protozoa, they are unicellular, means single celled, but the fungi is a single celled and multi-cell also, okay. These are microscopic and unicellular macro, means these are also seen with naked eyes. Some fungi are not seen with naked eyes, but some of them are seen with naked eyes, means that are multicellular and unicellular also. All fungi lack chlorophyll and derive their nutrition from decaying matter, okay. Means fungi cannot contain a large amount of chlorophyll, that's why they depend upon other organism for preparing their foods, okay. and for example mushroom, as we all seen the mushroom, okay, mushroom is not in green in color, they mostly are in white in color, okay, so that's why they having a lack of chlorophyll, due to which they cannot prepare their own food. That's why they depend upon a dead plants and animals, means dead and decaying matter. Now the third group of microorganism is algae, okay. Algae are the group of simple plants like organism. As we talk about the fungi, that this is a group of animal, but algae is the group of plant like structure that contain chlorophyll, but they may be unicellular and multicellular, okay, means similar as the fungi, they are multicellular also, they are unicellular also, okay, and they also exist in colonies. Now after that, viruses. So viruses are very small in size that cannot be seen even with a powerful microscopes, okay. As we all nowadays we heard about a coronavirus, okay, nobody seen the coronavirus, okay. So why they cannot see the coronavirus? Because they are very small in size, okay, and we cannot able to see with the powerful microscopes also, okay. So these are usually studied with the help of powerful microscope only, that name is electron microscope, okay. Viruses are hard to classify as living. वायरसेस, अब वायरस को हम क्या है बहुत डिफ़िकल्टी से डिफ़ाइन कर सकते हैं कि जो वायरस है वो लिविंग है या नॉन लिविंग है, ठीक है, क्योंकि उसके कोई साइन ही नहीं होते लाइफ के, ठीक है, मीन्स वी कैन नॉट प्रेडिक्ट that they having a life, they are living or non living, okay, mean what is this that, okay. So now however they produce inside the cell of organisms such as plants, animals and bacteria, means they grow inside the any other organism body, means ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कैसे फैलता है, कैसे बढ़ता है, क्योंकि इसे कोई ना कोई बॉडी चाहिए फूड प्रिपेयर करने के लिए, उसके ऊपर ये डिपेंड होता है, ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल कोरोना वायरस नीड्स अ बॉडी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स, ओके, एंड दैट बॉडी दे selected is a human beings, okay. So these are the 5 groups of microorganisms: bacteria, protozoa, fungi, algae and viruses. Now as you know that these microorganisms are sometimes helpful for us or useful for us, okay. So these category are divided into 4 parts. First one is commercial, medical uses, agriculture uses, environmental uses, means we can use these microorganisms for our benefit in different fields, okay. So first one is commercial uses. Commercial uses means we can use it as in our daily life, in our homes or in our kitchens also, okay. So first is making curd and cheese, means we can use a microorganism for making curd and cheese, but we can't see that microorganisms in our kitchens because they are very small in size, okay. So for making curd and cheese we use a bacteria that is lactobacillus, okay, means that bacteria is present inside is formed during the formation of curd, okay, means when we mix means when usually a spoon full of curd is added to warm milk, okay, when it turns into curd overnight. जब हम एक फुल स्पून कर्ड का लेंगे, ठीक है, उसे हम अगर मिल्क के अंदर डाल लेते हैं और उसे सारी नाइट वैसे ही रहने देते हैं तो वो उसकी क्या फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगी, कर्ड बन जाएगा, ठीक है. तो हाउ इट हैपन्स, बिकॉज देयर इज़ अ प्रोटीन प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द मिल्क दैट इज caseins, okay, and that caseins are coagulate means they make a thick paste of that milk and forms a curd, okay. So during the coagulation there is a bacteria called a lactobacillus, okay, that lactobacillus bacteria helps to the formation of curd, okay. It converts because that lactobacillus converts sugar present in milk into a lactic acid, okay, and during this process by which a curd is formation curd is forming, that process is known as a fermentation. Okay, means what is a fermentation? The process of conversion of sugar. Where the sugar is present inside the milk. Okay, that sugar is converted into a acid. In which acid? Lactic acid. Okay, lactic acid, and by which bacteria? That is lactobacillus. Okay, so this conversion of sugar into a acid during this process by the microorganisms are known as a fermentation. Okay, now next one is making alcoholic beverages. Okay, now production of alcoholic beverages such as beer and wine, means, as you know, that beer, wines, these are made up with the help of microorganisms. Okay, so this also makes with the help of a fermentation process. फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस में क्या होता है? शुगर कन्वर्टेड इनटू एसिड. ओके, सो सिमिलरली द शुगर प्रेजेंट इन some fruits like barley, grapes, apple also. Okay, by microscopic fungus called yeast. So that fermentation produces alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay, now for making bread. ब्रेड बनाने के लिए हमें कौन कौन से मटेरियल्स चाहिए? फॉर मेकिंग ब्रेड इन्वॉल्व्स नीडिंग अ मिक्सचर ऑफ फ्लोर, सॉल्ट, शुगर, yeast cells. Okay, here you can see that yeast is a microorganism. Okay, so for the completion of this process we need yeast cells and water, and okay, and by mixing these all things we make a dough. means जैसे हम आटा गूंथते हैं, ठीक है, तो उसके बाद एक सॉलिड मटेरियल बनता है जिसे हम क्या कहते हैं? डव. ओके, तो इसका भी क्या है? एक सॉलिड मटेरियल बन जाता है इस सारे पेस्ट को मिक्स करके. ओके, तो उसमें उसके बाद क्या होता है? ईस्ट कन्वर्टेड शुगर टू अल्कोहल एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. Okay, as we know that for making a sugar bread there is a presence of sugar and yeast also. Okay, that's why in this sugar reacts with yeast and it forms a alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay, so as more and more carbon dioxide is produced, जो डफ होता है उसकी जो वॉल्यूम है वो राइज हो जाती है. ठीक है, जैसे हम माइक्रोवेव में केक को ओवन ठीक है बेक करते हैं तो वो क्या होता है? धीरे धीरे उसकी वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज होने लग जाती है. उसी तरह ब्रेड है तो ब्रेड की भी वॉल्यूम क्या है? इंक्रीज होने लग जाती है ड्यू टू द इंक्रीज इन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. ओके, दैट्स वाई दैट bread makes pores and spongy. Okay, so this is the process of formation of breads. Now making vinegars, coffee, tobacco. Okay, so bacteria are used in the production of vinegar, that is acidic acid. They are also used in the process of tea, coffee and tobacco. Okay, now next one is toothpaste. Toothpaste are made up of with the help of shells of a diatomic. So what is a diatomic? Diatomic is a type of algae. Okay, that we can use for the formation of toothpaste. So what is the use of that type of algae? It provides a gritty texture by which we clean our teeth. मीन्स वो एक ग्रिटी टेक्सचर प्रोवाइड करती है जिससे हमारे जो टीथ हैं वो क्या होते हैं? वाइट निकलते हैं. ठीक है, सो दैट गम इज अ xanthan gum and xanthan gum is obtained from a bacteria that is Xanthomonas. Okay, so this is all about the formation of commercial uses of microorganisms. Okay, now next one is some medical uses. So some medical uses of microorganism are, first their uses for making antibiotics. Okay, antibiotics are some tablets that we can use to kill the different type of bacteria or infections in our body. Okay, so certain bacteria and fungi are used in the production of medicines called antibiotics. They destroy certain disease causing microbes. Penicillin obtained from a fungus Penicillium. Streptomycin, terracycline, both obtained from streptomycin and bacteria are some examples of antibiotics. Antibiotics are also used to control microbial diseases in animals and plants. Okay, so next one is making vaccine. So how we can make a vaccine with the help of a microorganisms? So when a disease causing microbe enter in our body, मीन्स जब कोई भी माइक्रोब, हार्मफुल माइक्रोब हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एंटर हो जाता है, ठीक है, तो दे प्रोड्यूसेस सम एंटीबॉडीज इन आवर बॉडी. ओके, सो दीज एंटीबॉडीज फाइट एंड डिस्ट्रॉय द डिजीज कॉजिंग माइक्रोब. तो वो जो एंटीबॉडीज़ हैं, मीन्स जो एंटीबायोटिक्स हम लेते हैं वो उन एंटीबॉडीज़ को किल करता है, ठीक है, और जो माइक्रोब्स हमारी बॉडी में प्रेजेंट होते हैं उनको स्ट्रॉन्ग बना के जो डिजीज़ हैं, माइक्रोब्स हैं, उनको उनसे फाइट करने में हेल्प करता है. ओके, सो व्हाट इज़ अ वैक्सीन? वैक्सीन इज़ अ प्रिपरेशन ऑफ किल्ड और वीक्ड डिजीज कॉजिंग माइक्रोब्स. व्हेन अ वैक्सीन इज इंट्रोड्यूस इन द बॉडी ऑफ अ हेल्थी पर्सन, हिज और हर बॉडी प्रोड्यूसेस एंटीबायोटिक्स अगेंस्ट दीज किल्ड और वीक्ड microbes. Thus vaccine help in preventing disease caused by microbes. Okay, that's why we use some types of vaccines in a childhood. For example, for polio, cholera, typhoid, smallpox and hepatitis. Okay, we can take injections of these vaccines. Now one more added, that is corona vaccine. Okay, so these are the some vaccines that increase the capability in our bodies to fight with that disease causing microbes. Okay, now next one is making food supplements. We can also make food supplements with the help of microorganisms like cholera and spirella. These are rich in proteins and nutrients. That's why we can use these bacteria into our food supplements. Okay, so in our human body, bacteria such as lactobacillus, okay, coli live in human intestine, where they help to digest food and destroy diseases causing microbes. Okay, so this is all about our medical uses. Okay, so now in agriculture uses, blue-green algae and bacteria such as rhizobium. As we already studied about the rhizobium, that rhizobium is a bacteria that is present in root nodules of some leguminous plants. Okay, so it helps in a nitrogen fixation. Okay, this process helps in increasing the soil fertility. Okay, so now we are going to read out about nitrogen fixation and nitrogen cycle. Okay, so first in nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is the process by which free atmospheric nitrogen is converted into nitrogen compound. As you heard that most of the atmosphere is covered with the nitrogen gas. As we read about the composition of different gases in our atmosphere, so there is a 78% of nitrogen is present. Okay, so in nitrogen fixation, free atmospheric nitrogen means that 78% nitrogen is converted into different nitrogen compounds like nitrogen oxide, nitric oxides. Okay, so in nature nitrogen is fixed during lightning, means we can also obtain a nitrogen during the thunderstorms or lightning also, or by some fixing bacteria, blue algae. ठीक है, means these are the some ways through which we obtain a nitrogen in our environment. So next is when these plants and animals die, the nitrogen compounds present in their bodies are decomposed and returned to the soil. So plants having a root nodules that uses a nitrogen to grow. Okay, and that plants are eaten by animals, for example cows eating that food. Okay, so that nitrogen content is goes into that animal. Okay, when that animal is removing a waste material from our body, or when they are died, okay, so that body is decomposed into the soil, so that nitrogen is again go back into the soil. Okay, so some of these compounds are again observed by plants, which some are converted into nitrogen and returned to the atmosphere by certain bacteria. So this is the nitrogen cycle, means we can get a back nitrogen into by during some processes. Next one is environmental uses. means what are the environmental uses of microorganisms. So first is microbes such as bacteria and fungi act on the bodies of dead plants and animals. Means some plants and animals are died, so how they are decomposed? So they are decomposed due to the action of some bacteria and fungi on them. So these substances are used by other plants and animals. Removal of dead bodies by the action of microbes keep our planet clean. Means when these microbes or bacteria help in the decomposition of their bodies, they also help in the cleaning of the environment. Okay, so some bacteria also helps in sewage treatments. Okay, because they help in the decay of or breakdown of waste organic matter. So this is all about the useful microorganisms that we can use in our commercial uses, medical uses, environmental uses. Okay, so now we are going to read about some harmful effects of microorganisms on our body. So some harmful effects of microorganisms are divided into two categories. First one is causing disease in human beings. Means some bacteria or some viruses are harmful for our body. Okay, so they causes many types of diseases. Second is they also helps in spoilage of food also. Okay, so microbes that causes means that are harmful for our body, for harmful for human beings, animals and plants, so they are known as pathogens. ओके मीन्स जो बैक्टीरियाज या फिर फंगाइज वायरस मीन्स कोई भी माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म जो ह्यूमंस के लिए एनिमल्स के लिए प्लांट्स के लिए हार्मफुल है उनको हम क्या कहते हैं पैथोजेंस. ओके सो फर्स्ट वन इज पैथोजेंस कैन एंटर द बॉडी ऑफ अ हेल्थी पर्सन थ्रू एयर वाटर एंड फूड. ओके if we drink dirty water or we eat spoilage food, okay, so they contain many pathogens. Okay, so these pathogens are enter in our body directly or by some indirectly ways. So these pathogens can cause a disease in our body. So pathogens can also spread from infected person or by some infections also. Okay, for example we can talk about a recent coronavirus. Okay, means coronavirus is spread from a infected person to uninfected person. Okay, means some of the pathogens of that infected persons transfer into an uninfected person. Okay, so these pathogens may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing and sharing contact with them. Or now pathogens can also spread from infected person to a healthy one through insects also. Okay, for example mosquitoes. Okay, anopheles anopheles and Aedes mosquitoes and the houseflies. So as we all know that when a female mosquito bite a person suffering from malaria, it sucks the blood from that, okay, and inject the same blood into another healthy body person. Okay, so that person is also affected with the malaria. Okay, so similarly when a house flies sit on garbage, pathogens may also stick on their bodies, such as the same house fly sitting on our food and we contain that pathogens into our body. Okay, means with the help of pathogens we spread communicable diseases. Okay, communicable diseases are those diseases which can be spread from one person to another person. Okay, so now some of the communicable diseases are malaria, cholera, typhoid, tuberculosis, ringworm, common cold, polio and chickenpox. Okay, so these are the some communicable diseases. So how these diseases are transmitted from one body to another body? First one is for malaria, bite of a female mosquito. Okay, as we already did. Next is cholera. Cholera is caused due to the contaminated food and water. Contaminated means ganda khana. ठीक है. Next is typhoid. Typhoid is also with the help of a contaminated food. Tuberculosis through air. Ringworm, direct contact with the infected person. So these are the some communicable diseases in human beings. Okay, so how we can prevent these? We can prevent a malaria by using nets, okay, so that they cannot bite on our body. Next one is cholera. We maintain a cleanliness in our surroundings. We maintain a proper sanitation practices, okay. We drink a water that is free of germs, means boiling water, okay. Avoid uncovered food to eat. So this is all about the cholera and typhoid. Next one is tuberculosis. The main preventive method of tuberculosis TB is only for a vaccination, okay. Now ringworm. For ringworm, eat a good hygiene food and clean our surroundings, okay. Use not sharing of personal items to other healthy persons, okay. Common cold, washing hands regularly, avoiding close contact with people having common cold, because they also infected another persons. Next one is polio. We can take a vaccination when we are up to 8 to 10 years. Chickenpox also is cured by a vaccination. Next one is in animals. So in animals, some diseases are also caused with the help of microorganisms, okay. So in animals, the diseases are foot and mouth disease, rinderpest, anthrax, fin rot, okay. So first three diseases are caused in animals like cattle, rin rot in fish, okay. So the mode of transmission is contact with a diseased animal or air, okay. Anthrax is caused by grazing, fin rot caused to fish by a dirty water, okay. So these are the some diseases that is caused to animal. Now in some plants, here you can see a disease that is citrus canker, mode of transmission air, means you have to read this, that these are the some diseases caused in plants. Now microorganisms and food spoilage. So we have already did that there are 5 groups of microorganisms like fungi, bacteria, protozoa, okay. But microorganisms such as fungi and bacteria are responsible for the spoilage of food, okay. But when we eat that spoiled food, it creates a poisonous in our stomach, through which we are by eating such food stuffs can cause an illness called food poisoning. So here are few things that we can help us to detect that food is spoiled or not. So first one is foul odor, उसकी गंदी स्मेल आती है जब खाना ख़राब हो जाए, ठीक है. स्लिमी सरफेस और कॉटन लाइक ग्रोथ ऑन द सरफेस डिस्कलरेशन, फूड का जो कलर है वो चेंज हो जाता है, उसमें से स्मेल आएगी, ठीक है. उसके ऊपर जो थोड़े छोटे छोटे हेयर्स ग्रो हो जाएंगे जिसे हम उल्ली कहते हैं, ठीक है. उसका जो टेस्ट है वो खट्टा हो जाएगा, सो टेस्ट एंड गैस formation. So these are the some symptoms through which we can detect that a food is spoiled. Now next one is how we can preserve the food. Now that we know that food items are prone to spoilage by microorganisms, let us understand the methods by which food can be preserved for long period of time, okay. So we can preserve a food since microorganisms are one of the major cause of food spoilage. Food preservation involves creating conditions unfavorable for their growth. हमें वहाँ की जो कंडीशन है वो ही ऐसी क्रिएट कर देनी चाहिए ताकि वहाँ पे जो ये इस टाइप के माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स है वो ग्रो ही ना कर पाएँ, ओके. So different methods are, first one is boiling. When we boil any substance, the microorganisms present in it they kill. Next is dehydration. Dehydration का मतलब क्या होता है? Removal of water, okay. So dehydration involves a removal of water, one of the key requirement for microbial growth for food item, क्योंकि water एक की है, ठीक है, जिससे जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं वो ग्रो करते हैं, ठीक है। रेफ्रिजरेशन और फ्रीजिंग, आपने देखा होगा जिस फूड को हम फ्रिज के अंदर स्टोर करते हैं वो फूड जल्दी ख़राब नहीं होता, ठीक है, क्योंकि माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के लिए जो ज़्यादा ठंडी जगह है वो भी फेवरेबल नहीं होती, ठीक है, दैट्स वाई। नेक्स्ट वन इज़ कैनिंग। कैनिंग का मतलब क्या होता है, हम फूड आइटम्स को स्टोर करके रखते हैं इनटू एयर टाइट कंटेनर्स, ओके, सो दैट दे कैन नॉट ऑक्सीडाइज्ड और rancid, okay. Next one is using chemical preservatives. For examples, these preservatives are used in squash, केचप्स को हम प्रिजर्व करके रखते हैं, ठीक है। तो और जैसे हम बात कर सकते हैं पिकल्स की, हम अचार वगैरह बनाते हैं, ठीक है, उसको हम स्टोर करके रखते हैं कि इसमें ऑयल के अंदर, ठीक है, ताकि वो ख़राब ना हो। सो दीज आर द सम मेथड्स थ्रू विच वी कैन प्रिवेंट फूड फ्रॉम स्पॉइलेज, ओके। So what we are learn in this chapter, firstly we are talk about the microscopes, okay, second is specimen, microbes and microorganisms, fermentation, nitrogen cycle, nitrogen fixation, what are pathogens and communicable diseases, food preservation and pasteurization, okay. So last one is what is a pasteurization. So the food preserve method that involve heating a food stuff to a high temperature. हम food stuff को क्या करते हैं, हाई टेम्परेचर के ऊपर क्या कर देते हैं, उसे हीट करते हैं, देन इमिडिएटली उसे कूल डाउन कर देते हैं, ठीक है। तो इस प्रोसेस को हम क्या कहते हैं, पेस्चराइजेशन। इसके थ्रू हम मिल्क को स्टोर करके रखते हैं, ठीक है, मिल्क को स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम पीरियड के लिए, ठीक है। सो दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट अवर चैप्टर। इफ़ यू हैव एनी डाउट देन वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस इन अवर क्लासेस। थैंक यू, हैव अ नाइस डे।